A local police officer making a name for herself, not as a crime fighter, but as a lifesaver.
Narcan. Okay. Units on scene, we're going to need Narcan, please.
Meet Alyssa Garcia, a.k.a. Officer Narcan. She got the nickname because she's not just fighting crime, she's fighting an opioid epidemic.
Going there, your adrenaline's pumping. I'm like, oh my God, I want this person to live. You know, this is why I became a police officer.
And Ocala PD needs Officer Narcan. The number of overdoses police responded to more than doubled between 2017 and 2018. 78 overdoses in 2017, 182 last year. Several thanks to Officer Garcia. She always snaps into action, hoping it'll pay off.
She ended up calling me a couple days later to thank me for saving her life, and that kind of made it worth it.
And we are so honored to be joined by Ocala Police Officer Alyssa Garcia. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I'm so glad you're here. And one of the things I said to you off camera is I'm so happy to meet you, but I'm so sad that it's under these circumstances.
Yes, ma'am.
How is it for you when you go out there every day and you know that basically you're out there to save lives?
I mean, it's part of what we signed up to do here. I'm just glad that I volunteered to do it, you know. But I know anybody else in the department would offer to do the same.
I guess my question is did you ever think, though, in terms of saving lives, because that's what you do as a police officer, that you would be dubbed Officer Narcan because of the just tremendous amount of opioid overdoses that we are seeing in our area?
Actually, not at all. I mean, I was very surprised to find it in little Ocala,
right.
You know. But yeah, unfortunately, we have had a huge spike in the past couple of years, and it's unfortunate. We have to respond to these sometimes 4 or 5 times a day.
And then how do you remain calm in those types of situations when you've got somebody who is so close to death? And can you tell me about the very first experience that you had having to administer Narcan?
Yes, ma'am. So the first time I went to one, you always have that oh crap moment, what do I do? And you kind of freeze. But then you jump right back into action. All your training kind of comes into point. You know, what we got was a call of just there's CPR in progress. This lady's been doing CPR on this guy for 10 minutes. We had to go there. As soon as I got there, she opened the door for me. She didn't even tell me that we needed Narcan until about a minute and a half from when we were doing CPR. So we find that out. You know, he's unconscious on the floor. She's trying to work on him. I'm trying to get AED pads on him. And once we go through all that, you know, another officer comes and brings mine, and we go ahead and administer it. EMS gets there. They administer him another dose, and I mean, it's just a scary situation. And then the second they wake up, it's like, oh, thank God. You know?
Yeah. Do you ever have those moments where it's not, oh, thank God, where unfortunately it's not successful? And how does that affect you?
I mean, me personally, like, it's hard to handle, you know. I'm lucky enough to have the ones that I've saved, all of them did live, but unfortunately we have way too many people that end up dying. From last year, between January to May, it was about 1 in 6 people ended up dying every overdose.
You have this nickname, Officer Narcan. Do you like it?
I mean, it is what it is, you know. Like I said, anybody in the department would be happy to do the same thing I'm doing, but that's not what I expected to be known for.
But you have it because you have this knack for being able to bring people back, which I think is so fascinating that you're actually able to save these lives, and so many so that they've given you this kind of distinction, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And you laugh about it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, wow, you're literally saving lives of people who probably otherwise might not have lived.
Yeah, I mean, just happen to be at the right place at the right time, but, you know, if I can be there and I'm, you know, the closest person, I want to be able to do that, because that's why I became a police officer.
And very quickly, let me ask you about the opioid epidemic that we're experiencing here. What are you experiencing in Ocala? What do you hope happens?
I mean, I hope that people come and ask us for help versus continuing to utilize these drugs and getting hurt. You know, we do have an amnesty program in the department there where, I mean, I don't care if you have like 3 kilos of heroin on you. You know, you could walk into the PD and say, hey, I have a problem, I need help, and we will be right there to help you. You will get no trouble whatsoever. We're just there to take those in, to keep them away from you and on the streets, and get you the help that you need.
Well, we certainly appreciate all the work you are doing out there on the streets. I'm going to call you Alyssa.
Thank you, ma'am.
Instead of Officer Narcan. You get that enough on the streets,
yes,
right? Oh, Alyssa, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
What great work you are doing, and what a sweet personality. Thank you so much for coming in. Amy, over to you now.
Yeah.